Hello everybody, welcome again. This is Alberto with A to Z Tactical Academy, and this video was inspired from a viewer's comment on a follow-up on the customization and tuning of my P30L. Okay, so a viewer commented on a recent video that they wanted to know how the springs were holding up on the tuning I did on this other video over here. I put the link right there. What I did with my personal carry was lightening the hammer spring, which is right about here. I actually purchased a 10-pound, I think it was, 10-pound hammer spring from Gray Guns. The rod spring, which is right about here, no one actually makes a lighter version of it. So I ended up modifying it and cutting about that much from it. Let me see if I can show you. I cut this much of the original factory spring. So again, the video that I posted previously goes over the process of modifying your main rod spring or the main recoil spring to lighten the pistol, right? The reason for that is because when I added the optic, this added about 2 ounces of weight or mass to the slide. And what I ended up experiencing was that the pistol was ejecting brass and the brass was hitting the front of the optic and then launching the brass forward. I didn't like that. I wanted a nice pattern kind of going towards the rear, you know, let's say 3-4 o'clock or so. And also I didn't want them to go that far back. My factory Shadow 2, for example, throws brass probably 15 to 20 feet away. So this one used to do the same thing, but after the springs, I can actually put a bucket somewhere and they all go there. That's very easy, about 3-4 feet away. So here is me shooting this pistol just yesterday with the modified main recoil spring and hammer spring. With again, this I didn't modify this one. I bought this one, but this one I ended up having to modify it. But here's shooting of it in regular speed and slow motion. Well, as you can see, the brass ejects very clearly kind of at the 3:30, 4 o'clock position, if you will, and goes about 3 or 4 feet away. None of it hits the glass on the optic, which is really the main reason for it. It also made it very easy. By the way, this pistol is clear. Right? Made it very easy, about 10 pounds for the slide to go back and forth. I didn't experience any mishaps with the modification. I have about 20,000 rounds now after the modification has been done, and I couldn't be more pleased. So if you're hesitant about custom modifying the main spring or the recoil spring, whatever you want to call it, of a pistol like the H&K P30, where no one makes one, you know, my experience has been that if you're careful with it and you don't cut too much, I only cut about 3/8 of an inch of the main spring. Yeah, it works amazingly well, especially when you added mass to the slide. If you don't mount an optic on it and your slide is still factory default slide, you may need to do something different, right? Because you don't need that much reduction in recoil or reduction in moving mass. So what I would recommend is, instead of modifying the spring on your pistol, is order a new factory spring, modify that, and save the original in case it doesn't come out right. And then I would also cut 1 turn or 2 turns at a time and test extensively before proceeding with further modifications. hopefully this helps. Thanks to that viewer that made that comment. Yes, the pistol is working amazingly well after 20,000 rounds. This has been a few years since I've done this modification. So there it goes.